Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Ariel Helwani Meets. I, of course, am Ariel Helwani, and you know this man. He is the one and only Roman Reigns. He's the face of WWE, and on Sunday night, right here at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, he'll be headlining WrestleMania 39 against Cody Rhodes. Roman, thank you so much for doing this. We've never had a face-to-face before, so I appreciate this very much.
We haven't, have we?
Just Zoom.
Just on the pandemic call.
That's right, that's right.
Well, good to see you, man.
Appreciate it very much. I'd be remiss if I don't bring up, it seemed like when you came in, you were a little bit unhappy with me. So can we address that?
Oh, no, not unhappy.
Okay.
Almost put off, I would say. A little bit, yeah.
Why?
Because, you know, I just felt like there was quite a bit of bias within your interview. Like it was if you were interviewing your fan favorite, where's Roman at? Why isn't he doing media? Like, this is my first shebang, and it's, how much more do I need to do for this company? You want me to just have to promote all week and neglect my family?
No, I understand that. And you're referring to my interview with Cody Rhodes
100%. See, that's the thing. I watch everything.
I appreciate that.
That's why we're so good. Paul will tell you all the time. We study everything and everybody because everything's competition.
So you felt like I was a little too much?
I felt like you showed your colors there.
Really?
They weren't red.
Wow,
Clearly.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? This came straight out of Atlanta.
Yeah, that's
right. From the Nightmare Factory, I think.
No, not true, but I understand where you're coming from. It's a very exciting time, and I appreciate you doing this, you know, because the last time we spoke was August of 2021, and you dropped that needle mover line.
Oh yeah. See, and and that's the thing. I give you good stuff.
You gave me good stuff.
Here, these are clicks. Here, let's grow your audience, and then you do me like that.
I know. Well, you know,
man.
The merch was nice.
Of course it is. I'm attached to it.
That's right.
It's always great. You know that's why I'm so valuable. And it's every other metric and analytic you want to look at. You know.
So do you feel as though because of the run and how dominant you've been, towards the end, when you're so good and so dominant at the top for so long, people start to maybe underappreciate you and they expect the greatness from you as opposed to like the shiny new toy who comes in and everyone goes, oh, we need something new, we need something fresh. But here you are, you're the guy. Why do we need something fresh if we have the guy? Do you feel that way?
Well, I think we live in a what have you done for me lately world. I feel like we're in a fast food, you know, I need shorts. I need it quick. Give me something new because I only have 20 seconds and I want the new thing that's going to make me laugh or, you know, entertain me. So I think it's just a built-in situation, but that's the mindset we have. Once again, to quote my wise man, every week's an audition to be invited back next week. So if we don't kill it, if we don't create a moment, if we don't showcase a new layer, if we don't continually, you know, showcase, you know, this compounding of levels and showing why we're so much better, then we aren't. And that's why I've continually done what we've done over the course of 3 years to continue to create these moments, to continue to create these things that feel new. And that's why I'm still here.
When we spoke in August of 2021, could you have imagined that it would have lasted this long and perhaps even beyond? We're approaching 1,000 days on top. This is, you know, Hulk Hogan territory now. This is legendary territory. Did you believe it would turn out like this?
Yeah. I believed it that since Dusty told me, you are it. You have it, you can't sell it if you wanted to, you can't get rid of it, you are it. It's been ingrained in me. Like I said, I've been groomed. Wise man, I don't have to, analytics wise man, how great are we? He can just start going, and you know what I mean? These are just things that I've come to expect, that my family has come to expect, and it's on me as the man of this family, as the tribal chief of this family, to continue to push us forward. So yeah, I have great expectations, but I have a lot of faith in my ability, the potential that that I have, and then you know, my drive to capitalize on it.
So Montreal was very special, and the whole
not for you.
I mean, I appreciate that. It was a very special scene. Were you at all, for lack of a better word, worried afterwards? All right, how do we transition from the Sammy story to the Cody story? And then, of course, the aforementioned wise man Paul Heyman and Cody had that incredible back and forth in the ring. But prior to that, was there any part of you that was like, all right, how do we now make WrestleMania bigger than what we just experienced at Elimination Chamber? Were you worried?
No, because I knew the wealth of a story we have with Cody. I knew that dating all the way back to 2010, 2011, the time that I spent under the learning tree of the American dream. The history that Paul has with his family, there's just so many things to tap into, and we've been able to do it. Everybody thought Drew was the guy. Oh, you got to do it over there. You were over there across the pond. Drew, come on, hometown guy. You're selling out again. But we made it work. Oh, Sammy's the guy. I'll give you that one. I'll give you Montreal. Smashed him. Oh no, but now they all love Cody. It's just the way it works. And once I'm done smashing Cody, we'll make somebody else relevant. That's the whole gimmick. That's the island of relevancy.
Is there ever a fear that there's no one left?
No, because I'm always here. That's why I'm the best. I make it work. Give me a Logan Paul. We got somebody running around here that I can make it work with, We get you out of that suit, I'll bounce you around for 15 minutes,
Were we ever close to getting Rock tomorrow?
I don't really know that. That's more of a wise man. So some of the stuff I don't necessarily want on my plate. So that's why having a special counsel is so brilliant, because we're able to, sift through the things, filter the things that I need to worry about and the things that I don't need to worry about. And this weekend is a great example of that.
But that's a big one, right? I mean,
of course,
he even
sure.
teased it on his show.
Sure. Well, he's a smart businessman. He
Right.
knows what he's doing. Yeah.
And so there was never a part of you who's like, we need to figure this out. It's LA. I mean, it seemed like we've been talking about this for 2 years. Did it ever get close as far as what
not
you
with
knew?
me, because
Okay.
I'm just so thoroughly tied into what I'm doing within the WWE. I mean, that's why you haven't seen me in a movie. That's why you haven't seen me cameo in this or that. They're available. I can do that stuff anytime I want. But I'm so, and this, even with where I'm not on every loop, I'm not doing all the house shows. There's particular shows that I do, but I'm never out. I'm always in. If I'm not producing, I'm directing. If I'm always a part of it. I'm always thinking and grinding Bloodline, and just, it never shuts off. So for me, it's just a built-in situation. Yeah.
I know you don't think I give you credit. Can I give you some credit? A lot of credit.
If it's gonna be,
It's sincere. It's very sincere.
There's not a mask on this one.
No,
okay?
there's
All right.
not.
Hey,
This is very sincere.
Okay, go ahead.
So we've seen over the past 2+ decades, right, who have been the top dogs. We had Austin, we had Rock, we had Cena, and then probably you, right? It went in that order.
Sure. Maybe you can throw Brock in there too.
Brock, of course, yes. What's the big difference, including Brock, between you and all of those guys? The big difference is, in my opinion, you brought other people along with you, right? Mm-hmm. The main event on Saturday involves your family, the Usos. The tag titles, in my opinion, this is the most important tag title match or tag match at WrestleMania since WrestleMania 1 with Mr. T and Hulk Hogan. In large part because they're tied to you, right? What you've done with Paul, amazing. Solo, amazing. Sammy this past year, because of you. And so that, to me, they were all lone wolves in many respects. You've made an entire faction, for lack of a better word. You deserve a lot of credit for that, and I don't know if you get that credit.
The wise man reminds me. It's one of those things where this is, it's a team, right? We're a company. There's this crazy inner competition that's always going on, but at the end of the day, we're a team. So I just want to do what's best for the team, and to be the only guy being raised up just didn't feel right to me. So to me, the quickest way to do that was to link up with the people that I know best, the people that we don't even have to look at each other. We don't have to talk. We just know. It's like Shining. We've been together so long. There's so much chemistry there. It was just an obvious fit. And then we went to work. You find the people you can trust. You find the people you can rely on. I had that since day one with Paul. I knew I had that with Jay. I knew once Jimmy came back, we'd have that with him as well. Solo was a pleasant surprise, but we've always had our finger on him, guiding him along the way. So to bring him up, it was a perfect fit. He's done such a great job. But if we can't lift everybody up, then we aren't what we say we are. The tribal chief, it's, high tide lifts all the ships. So that was the most important thing for me. And that was what was critical to get us to where we are now. We can be a big star and, be doing pretty well, or we can lift everything up and make it better, be the energy behind all this growth, and reach heights we never have, and that's what we're doing.
I don't know why it has stuck with me so much, but that video of you walking outside in March of 2020 when you told us that you weren't going to go to WrestleMania because it was the beginning of the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
There was something about that video that was just very real, and you were telling us outside, you know this one that I'm talking about? You were on a walk. On a weekend like this, third WrestleMania in a row, as the champ, headlining once again, sold out SoFi. Do you ever think back to that? Do you ever take a step back? I know there's so much going on and be like, man, all of this could have gone in a different direction. So much has happened, and now here you are, undeniably the guy. No one's forcing it down anyone's throat. Like, do you allow yourself to sit back and smell the flowers, so to speak, or do you never do that?
But that's the thing, it's not, you know, you think about it, you understand it, but you don't really bask in it. You don't allow yourself to get comfortable with it. You don't allow yourself to like stay in that moment. I want to create the moment. I want to complete that moment. I want to move on to the next.
Okay.
It's a weird thing. So, and it might be a problem one day of never being content. This thing that we men struggle with, finding satisfaction. What is happiness? And I've just always been that way. When I complete one thing, well, what's the next thing? What's that next moment? Because I'm not done, so I should start working again. I should start building towards the next thing. So I've never really just given myself a chance to truly enjoy it, but I understand what's happening, yeah.
But like even this weekend, you don't give yourself a chance to enjoy it?
I'll probably share a moment with my cousins. You know, there'll probably be a good, tight, long hug for us to just all together understand what we've done this weekend. But until we're on the, until it's like Monday, you know, or yeah, like the early hours of Monday probably is when I'll maybe be able to enjoy it. But then we're thinking about the next day.
Right.
So yeah, I guess it's hard, man, because it just never stops. Like there's no off season. We don't ever have a time to just sit back, recalculate, and like, man, that was a good season,
Right.
man. Pro Bowl, deep in the playoffs, got some bonus. We don't have that, you know. So it's just always to the next one. So I just don't think I've ever had enough time to really let it sink in.
How much longer you want to do this for? At this speed, at this pace?
Oh, at this pace, I mean, I take good care of myself. As long as it makes sense, I feel good. You know, I'll be 38 in a couple months. I still feel like I could probably push to definitely 45 if I wanted to. I don't need to, but really it's just about what's available, the art. You know, whether it's the accolades chasing, 1,000 days, great. All right, let's do 1,500. Okay, cool, 2,000. Or it's, oh, no, there's something that's, you know, that's pulling me. I have to do this. I have to put this, I have to create this. I have to put this on camera. I have to build this dynamic or this rivalry. If something like that comes along too, then that'll motivate me as well.
Cody said something on Friday. He said, 11-year investment, but it only started to kick in around year 8. And clearly it has kicked in. But I'm wondering during all of that, like, is this a weight lifted off your shoulders because you wanted to prove the investment correct, and now it's all good, you don't have to worry about that, but maybe 4 years ago you were like, I need to prove to these guys that I was worth that time and investment. Did you ever worry about that sort of thing? And does a comment like that even cut deep?
No, because it's not true. I mean, when we were approaching these billion-dollar deals, wise man, who was on top?
Roman Reigns, 365 days of $1 billion year.
The guys, he wasn't, you know what I mean? He was making movies. It was me. I mean, from 15, who main evented all, you know, except for, what was it, 18 maybe, or whatever years that I skipped one, and then obviously
Right.
my health. But I was on top on all these years. So, of course, yeah, you're going to go due to the booking and the noise, you're going to make your own assumptions, but business was good. We were priming to build into a billion-dollar company, which I bridged us to and now have sustained. 3 years in a row, Paul?
3 years in a row.
3 years in a row.
How many other performers, how many other top guys can say they have $1 billion year under their belt? How many can say they have 3?
And topped it every year.
Add up all their years. Just take one of mine.
So Mount Rushmore, I asked Undertaker this question. Do you put yourself on the Mount Rushmore?
It's the bloodline. We're the best. I'm from this business. I respect every one of them immensely, and they know it. I wouldn't put my life and everything that I do into this like I do if I didn't have that love and respect. But at best, they were 3D characters. We're all 4D characters. Nobody's ever done that. Nobody has the amount of layered characters that we have. And that's just the art form I'm talking about. All the business backs that too. So untouchable. Everybody, this is a proud, subjective situation. Everybody can, make their claim for theirs, but I'm at the point where I don't feel like I need to make any claims. It is what it is.
When people say, "Oh, he has to lose to this guy because he has to lose in Cardiff, he has to lose in Montreal," he's got, does that annoy you?
No, that means I'm doing my job. Everybody wants Mayweather to lose, Everybody's dying for that. That's why they keep coming back. They want something. They think they want something. But what happens when you take the tribal chief out of this situation? I don't think they're willing. I think everybody's like, oh, the grass is greener, but when they get to the other side, I don't think they're going to feel that way. So that's why we make the calls.
In other words, they'll miss you when you're gone.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, I think our absence will just highlight us even more of just how special of what we do,
Are you planning an absence in the near future?
No.
No.
No, I mean, I love my setup, and they can all say what they want. Every single one of them would take my deal if they could get it, but they just can't get it. They'll get a big fat no, and there's nothing they can do about it. But they can say what they want. Seth, any of them. Seth would take my deal if he would take my dates. He'd love to get my money, but it's not for him. It's the tribal chief setup. That's just the way it is.
Do you feel a lot of that jealousy?
No.
For lack of a better word?
No. I mean, I don't make myself available to it. And it's one of those things that if it was happening, I would hear about it. And if it was happening, I'd invite it to my face. And it would never come, so.
One moment that I thought was really special, and I don't know if you feel the same. I remember a few years ago after the Taker WrestleMania match, the loud "F you Roman" chant, right? And I don't know if that came from a place of respect. In Montreal, heard the same chant, "F you Roman," for a very long time. Felt like it came from a place of respect. It was a different kind of "F you Roman" chant, which to me showed your maturation and your longevity and your evolution. Did you feel the same way? Do you understand what I'm saying? It felt like two very different chants,
it's
right?
a different temperature in the room. Yeah, I mean, especially towards me, but also it was the night after, obviously, so we didn't have a Taker that night. So there was no like happy endings or
Right.
hope at the at the end there. With Sammy, it worked in perfect because the energy was different. It was within the actual match. He was the hometown guy. You were there. There was just a certain kind of magic you can't describe. But it's tangible. You can grab it. You can feel it. But nonetheless, it's that loud. If we're measuring these decibels and how loud it is and how sustained it is, they were both in the same ballpark.
Final thing, I don't often ask this, but this feels like a big, pre-fight interview in the locker room, so to speak, before a massive event. Can I get a prediction for Sunday night?
I don't lose. Ever. That good?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns, BT Sport box office, Sunday, going up against Cody Rhodes. You got to watch this. It'll be great. And by the way, I just want to say I'm down the middle. Like, there's no, just for the record.
All I'm
there's
saying
no-
is my